Hi and welcome. My name is Elizabeth Bratcher and I'm here to do your daily reading for the 3rd of July. Apologies for the lateness, but I didn't want to miss it, so here I am. I have the camera set up again, face 2, so you get to see me again today. But guys, how the daily read works is I just pull 3 cards randomly out of the deck, and all you need to do is just let your energy go to where you are drawn. So number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay, so just take a moment with that. Thank you very much. I have my little helper on the side over there. But just take a moment to let your energy draw. So if you're drawn to number 1, number 2, or number 3, and then I'll do an extended reading for each, okay? Oh, be quiet. All right, let's have a look. I know you can't see very well today on the cards. I'll sort that out in a second. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so I know that some of you are following Pacific numbers anyway. I didn't really think about that before I set the camera up today. That's all good. Set up for the monthlies, that's why. Alright, so guys, number 1, number 2 in the middle, and number 3 wiggling here on my ring finger. So just take a moment. I think that this may be backwards to you guys, but there's number 1, number 2, and number 3 on my ring finger. So just see where your energy is drawn to. Beautiful. All right. Now I've got a sneak peek. So let me put them over there. And let me see what number 1 is, because you didn't see that one. So you've got clearing out the stables energy for number 1. I do believe you actually just had this. All right, so let's keep going. Alright, so number 1 is, as you guys know, because I know somebody has been watching that's there, there's been that nice energy about moving forward. You've been really clicking back into that. And as I said, I do believe you've had that card quite recently. Let's have a look and see what else wants to come out for you. Okay, so you've also got the change of luck and you've got the completions card that's sitting there as well this week. Okay, I might as well turn them around because you can't see them, but I can. Alright, and so this week, sorry, I'm caught up in lives and monthlies and everything else like that. I'm very here with the daily read. I know where I'm reading for. So what I want to say to you guys, number 1, is that, okay, clearing out the stables. That is exactly what you've been doing over the last few weeks. And as I said, it's going to shift that energy around. So energies are shifting for the better. And it's really just that nice energy that's saying, you know what, things are starting to pay off, okay? So do well, you know what I mean? And I do know that the video's a little bit late today, so we've kind of been into that energy that's there. But you've also got that completions card that's sitting there. And so I want to say, as one door closes, another one opens, you know, and it's, as I reflected back a little bit, I guess, because I'm sitting on the opposite end of the day, that I do feel that there has been a few little challenges and such around where we've had to sort of sit back into our own energy, you know, and I feel like that's really helping us move forward. It's like every day brings us little lessons at the moment, just little bits of validation, okay? And also just sit really nicely and contently in that and keep doing what you're doing. I still feel like that clearing out the stables energy isn't quite finished with you yet, okay? So number 1, that is what I have for you today. So let's see what number 2 is the trust card. Okay, so self-trust and self-belief is where it all begins, all right? Now, let's have a look and see what else wants to come out with that. And, you know, absolutely, number 2, that's the thing. For those of you that have been following that number, it's been all about connecting very deeply in with self and knowing, you know, what it is that you want and where it is that you're standing in your own way and all of that kind of stuff. And so there's just that little bit of a reminder there today around that for you. Okay, so you've got the challenging matters of the heart and the cycles card as well. So I want to say to you that when I sit with that, I don't feel like, you know, you've gone through a whole cycle or anything else this day. But I do feel like, I'm going to stop. I do feel like, though, when I sit with that cycles energy that's there, it's about being caught in the middle of one at the moment. And that makes sense for me. As I said, you've been sitting back, connecting with yourself, having to understand where you stand in your own energy. And that does bring challenging matters of the heart, especially when we've got to sit and focus on where we are with ourselves, you know what I mean? And being caught in that middle. And so I feel like today's just been very much about acknowledgement around that. You know, perhaps as the day draws to a close, just kind of reflecting and, you know, making yourself something nice as you snuggle into bed, maybe with a good book or something else like that, you know, just a lot of self-care energy that sits in those cards for today, okay? And so number 3, you've got, you know, this is the one I did say, you've got the worry and doubt, but it just talks about taking one step at a time, and I just want to be kind of quite diplomatic with that. I now have another little one joining me. Isn't it funny they come out from the woodwork?
Can you let me in your office? Or you let all things in your office?
Yes, let me just sit down there and just be quiet for 2 more minutes. the tags. It's the joys of. I am a mum of 4, and you know, when I am working in the evenings, I do work from home as well. So, you know, that's part and parcel of being a human, as he likes to put it. All right, so number 3, let's focus back onto you. So yeah, that worry and the doubt. And when I'm sitting with the energy of this card, I actually don't want to get too big with it. I just feel like I want to say to yourself, you know, make sure you're not worrying too much about things that don't need to be worried about, keeping things that are in your own energy and your own control and power, you know what I mean, and not letting them kind of, you know, it's all good and well to worry about others, but, you know, if they're not worrying about themselves, there's not a lot that you can do with that, okay? So you've also got the intuition card and the prosperity card that's there, and I want to sit nicely with those 2 cards. I feel like, even though we're sitting on a daily read, that this is an energy that's kind of brewing and carrying you over to more than just today. I'm feeling when I sit with this energy, ideas. That's what I hear is ideas, okay? Ideas around business or money and things like that as well. I feel that there's quite a soul base to this energy. Obviously, I guess with the intuition card being there, that makes sense. But I feel like I wanted to say to you that, and perhaps you are in doubt how you would actually bring all this into play as well. But I want to say, just keep like with the pen and paper and working through it like a puzzle. I actually feel like there is a nice strong idea, energy around you that isn't quite clear at the moment, but don't step away from it. You're on the right track. You're on the right track, and you've got that intuition card that sits there with it, okay? So guys, that is what I have for you today. I know you've had a little bit of background noise, but I'm sure my voice is carried louder. Okay, so number 3, you had the worry and the doubt card. Number 2, the self-trust. And number 1, clearing out the stables as well. All right, guys, so the monthly reads are slowly coming out. That's there, all right, and here's a couple of my reasons as to why they always take a couple of days. But as I've explained before as well, I like doing them on the day as well. For whatever reason, call it habitual habits, but I like to sit in the energy when I do a reading for that energy. So, yeah, oh well. All right, so please give the video a like or a comment. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so already. And every Friday, don't forget, I do the live feeds. That's there. I may do one up over the weekend as well, but you'll probably catch it on Facebook more than here over the weekend. Elizabeth Bratcher Psychic Medium is where you'll find me there as well. So until tomorrow, guys, take care. I hope to see you again, and stay safe.